Ahoy! And welcome to the Boating Hour with Captain Rick. The Boating Hour brings you the latest and greatest essential information about everything that sails, floats, or motors upon the high seas of Southern California. From landlubbers to old salts, there'll be something for everyone. So climb aboard and get ready to sail with Captain Rick.
Ahoy out there, and welcome to the Boating Hour. I'm Captain Rick, and I want to thank you for joining us here on AM 870. We're here every Saturday at 4 p.m. Please be sure to visit us on the web at theboatinghour.com. Now on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, The Boating Hour with Captain Rick. Thanks to our sponsors for our show today. For a healthy gut, the best probiotic on the market, Livia One Probiotics, natural, organic, and allergen-free, and Raycom Radios. Raycom Radios, reliable two-way radios, commercial two-way private radios throughout Southern California without drop zones and dead batteries and all the inherent limitations of other communication systems. Raycom Radio. We've had a lot of guests. I've promised some emails, but I'm not going to do that today. I've got a special guest. Dr. Captain Commodore Craig is with us today. Thanks for joining us.
Captain Rick, you scurvy pirate, you. Do you know how to get rid of scurvy?
No, I've never had scurvy. Don't you suck on a lemon or something?
Vitamin C.
Isn't that why they called the Brits limeys? Because they would suck on limes?
That is exactly right. So the pirates I don't know why I started this, but...
No, this is great.
So the pirates were petrified, not of anything. They were pirates, right? They knew what they were doing, but scurvy really scared them, and they didn't get enough vitamin C in their diet. That's how come they got scurvy, and they couldn't get rid of it.
Well,
there you go.
Fruits and vegetables, don't last that long.
Fun facts to know and tell. Yeah, exactly. You can't be riding around pillaging and ransacking and not take your vitamin C.
One day I should do a whole show on things that
on vitamin C.
Well, probiotics, my sponsor.
Oh, that's right. Well, see, I plug you without even thinking about it. Probiotics.
You know why I like probiotics is you don't need to refrigerate. A lot of probiotics, they've got a shelf life, and they're so complicated, so very expensive. These guys are pretty amazing. So it's they've perfected the system, brand new. Well, let's get right into what we're doing. We're promoting your Halloween boat parade again this year. You were on last year promoting it. So I want you to talk about the history, the evolution, when it is, and how people find out about it, how people watch, and how people get their boats in. You know what, Craig? Before we start, I got to tell you something. I get emails and calls from people that I should ask one question at a time instead of 5 or 10 questions at a time.
Well, I can walk and chew gum, so I think I got this. But it's okay. And sail a boat. I can walk, chew gum, and sail a boat. So listen, this year we've got a little twist. It's the Halloween boat pageant.
Ooh!
As for many of the boats, we will be visiting them on their dock, and the boats will be judged not in parade style, but in pageant style, meaning that here comes a boat now. This is boat number 43. Look at the costumes. Look at that. And then the judges, led by Grand Marshal Kirk Hawkins from KTLA 5, who's our Grand Marshal again. This is a repeat performance for Kirk. So rather than just a parade, my thing was I always liked when people took off on their own and went to their docks and did that, not in a parade format, more in a go spread the Halloween cheer. So we will be judging boats in pageant fashion with costumes and whatever, and then they'll be free to go wherever they want. So that's a little twist to it. So it's the boat, the Halloween boat pageant, and to sign up, go to HalloweenBoatParade.com, and the Facebook group is Marina Del Rey Holiday Boat Pageant. Now, this you've always said that this event is going to take off. Since day one, you've been very supportive. This year, there's going to be an art exhibit attached to it. We're getting very fancy, Captain Rick, here. So
there's this famous Venice artist, the famous Venice artist Hunter or something or other, who had a big exhibit. I can't remember who he is. Hunter. What was Hunter's name? Hunter Biden. Didn't he have a big art exhibit?
Yes, and his paintings went for very, very, very high prices.
But only to the Chinese and the Russians.
Right, but for no reason. Anyway, be that as it may, our artist is Gus Harper, and he is fantastic. So you can see his stuff at www.gusharperart, and his Instagram is @GusHarperArt. And his stuff is amazing. So the that'll start a little bit earlier. The parade, the pageant starts at 7:30. This is an invitation only, very fancy red carpet for Gus, and you can follow him on Instagram at Gus Harper Art, and then his website is GusHarperArt.com, like I said. And join and follow us on Facebook. So Marina Del Rey Holiday Boat Pageant for the group, if you want to join in, and Marina Del Rey Holiday Boat Pageant. There's a Facebook page for that, too.
Let's go into history a little bit. I want to talk about your inspiration, how you got started.
The history of the Halloween Boat Parade / pageant is, I love the holiday / Christmas boat parade, and always did very, very well. We would win for Best Yacht Club for the Marina Yacht Club. At the Marina City Club, we would win for Best Powerboat. We would win for Best Sailboat. We would win for Best Music. We would win for Best Animation, and that was all really started with Commodore Giselle from the Marina Yacht Club at the Marina City Club, because she was obsessed with lights and getting everything done. Last year we won for Best Animation. We had Rudolph and Santa clinking glasses. So every year that would happen. And I was like, there's a holiday that we don't really do anything with around here in the marina, and that is Halloween. Especially, we wanted to do something for adults. It's Halloween, but it's also for kids of all ages. So it kind of started organically, and you were a big supporter. We have companies from Massachusetts now that are sponsors. Boatzinks.com, the warehouse. Thank you, Tony P. Tony P's the best.
Oh, Tony P is amazing. I love Tony P's. And he's one of the last old-timers that's still around. I think he's been in the marina since it started. I'm not sure.
He's the best. I worked for Tony P, ironically, as a kid. And Party Properties, our friend Penny, who did offshore boat racing with Benny Hanna's Rocky Aoki. We told that story last time.
Yep.
So we've got West Marine, a warehouse, Party Properties, Penny from Party Properties, Boatzinks.com, Tony P's. So it's really, really taken on a life of its own. We've got we love our celebrity Grand Marshal Kirk from Channel 5, and it's just really, really taken off. Now, again, you can go on the website, HalloweenBoatParade.com, to register your boat. That's the way you do that if you want to have it judged in the pageant. And then again, we're encouraging everybody to purchase wristbands for the Spirit of Children benefit, where the Spirit of Halloween store is on Glencoe and Maxella, and you go in there and they have their wristbands for $2. And that money goes for UCLA Children's Hospital. So we've got, we're supporting those people too, and we encourage everybody to go there. There's a voluntary donation if you want to do that too, and you can click on all that information is on the website. But to get your Halloweeny stuff, your costumes, your decorations, all that stuff, we really recommend you go to the Spirit Halloween store, which is on Glencoe and Maxella this year. They were where it is, Captain Rick, where the Barnes & Noble was?
Sure.
They took over that whole big Barnes and Noble on the corner. They used to be upstairs down the street at the shoe store, but they took on the whole corner. So, and there's a pumpkin patch next door to it too. So it's really, I mean, it's all good. Doesn't get any better than that. So we got a little bit of everything. You know, you got to give back to the kids. We want everybody to have a good time, and we wanted the pageant emphasis rather than the parade makes it nice because everybody kind of has an individual chance at winning some of the stuff from the sponsors. We said we mentioned gift cards, whatever from everybody. So we've got our new Halloween boat parade cups. Everybody gets a cup. Everybody gets a shirt that enters, and everybody gets a couple of Spirit of Children, Spirit Halloween wristbands too. So
what day is the parade? We haven't mentioned.
We haven't mentioned that it's October 26th.
Okay, so that's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. It's always a Saturday before the
Halloween.
Before Halloween. So it's the 26th, and then go on the website for all that information and that good stuff. And we really, really are excited about the addition of Gus Harper's art and the art show. It's VIP, invitation only, red carpet, but you can find out all about it if you follow him on Instagram or his website, which is GusHarperArt.com.
How'd you find him? Is he a boater hanging out in the marina that I didn't know about?
Well, Gus Harper comes to us from Jennifer Boat, who owns the Big Conqueror, right?
Okay.
With Captain Nick. And so Jennifer Boat is a marketing and PR whiz and manager. She wears many entertainment hats. She's very keyed into the entertainment business and has managed artists for years. And this is something she wanted to incorporate on that day. So it kind of was a good fit. And thank you, Jennifer Boat. And it's going to be great. His stuff is really cool. If you go on the website or on his Instagram, you'll see how fabulous. He's very, very, very talented, internationally renowned artist. So we're getting fancy this year, Captain Rick.
Right.
Come on, man.
That's exciting. Well, it's coming up next week, so that really is exciting. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Boating Hour, and I'm Captain Rick. I'm here every Saturday at 4 p.m. Please be sure to visit us on the web at theboatinghour.com. And for a healthy gut, the best probiotic on the market, Livia One, natural, organic, and allergen-free. And Raycom Radio's reliable two-way commercial radios throughout Southern California without dropping dead zones. And very important to their businesses, they have police stations. You know my sponsor, Raycom, Craig, they do the Baker to Vegas run, which is, I don't know, it's a 100-mile race from Baker to Vegas. And their radios, there's communications throughout, and that's, kind of amazing because, of course, mobile phones don't work. But, that's a trend about in safety. We're telling a lot of people stopped having VHF radios even on their boats because they thought they had mobile phones. And then mobile phones turned out they die. VHF radio, the curvature of the earth is, I think 32 miles. You you lose the reception. We're planning some events. We're going to get a book signing, do a luncheon at some of the yacht clubs, and all next year. So you're going to see us once a month at a different yacht club, and we're going to do an introduction to all the different kinds of radio, including ham radio, maybe get some scouts out there. And you'll see me and my sponsors will be pitching their product to the businesses. And, they have police stations and some taxi cabs and the company that throughout Southern California. They like a cement company. I had no idea that they were the antennas to Nextel. Remember the Nextel? That was kind of a great thing. It was like walkie-talkies.
Oh no, that was so. That's why these radios are so fantastic. I'm sure they could use them down with recovering from Helene and now Milton's taking taking a shot down there too. So I'm sure the people in Florida would love to have some Raycom radios too, because our thoughts are with everybody in Florida.
Are you following what's going on in Florida?
Yes. I mean, it's the show airs on the 19th, and this Milton's getting ready to make landfall today, which is much prior to the 19th. So our thoughts are with everybody in Florida. I got a lot of friends in South Carolina, in Asheville and stuff. So it's really there's a lot going on down there, and it seems like they just started cleaning up from Helene, and then this thing popped up. So
well, as soon as it ends, he's got 50,000 linemen from all over, not just Florida, that have come in. As soon as the last storm comes through, they're going to have 50,000 people putting back up. So communications are back up, and the water and power is going to be back up. A lot of volunteers with fresh supplies and water. The governor's doing a great job. So it's
I don't think there's Governor DeSantis is very, very good at this, and talk about somebody being in the right place at the right time. They're lucky to have him, because he's really on top of this, so that's good. But so our thoughts are with all of those wonderful people. So our friend Kirk Hawkins, our Grand Marshal, was cleared his schedule for you today, and guess what? He got called in to be on the air today. So that's why we don't have Kirk. But
we'll get Kirk. We'll get him. We'll get him maybe after the show. Give a report. So sometime in the near future, let's have him invite him as a guest to talk about being Grand Marshal. Give a report on how the event went and some of the great things, because I like activities that go on in Marina. I try to promote the clubs and all the youth programs. I was at Port Royal Yacht Club a few weeks ago celebrating a good friend of Giselle's. I don't know if you knew Sheila Anderson, and she passed. Yeah. Well, there was a celebration, and she was part inspiration with me. She was so fun, very friendly, and she organized and created and thought of all kinds of events, got people out to the club. So I was at Port Royal, and I've been dying to get Port Royal. Finally, last week, a week before last, I had Lisa, the Commodore, on, and she talked about her club. Port Royal, they're going for Yacht Club of the Year again. And I heard a story. I don't know if you know this story. This was at the memorial. She talked about the origins of Port Royal, and it really was a drinking club with a boating problem. They were a bunch of guys that liked to hang out and drink. They wanted their own spot. They were boaters. When they came back from boating, they wanted to just go up and have a nice little place. There was a spot available above the management office, and they wanted to do it under the guise of a yacht club. And it's turned into this active club with all kinds of members. There's sailing and boating and fishing. It's the greatest group of people. They have so much fun, and they're allowed to put tents up in the parking lot, and they have some of the greatest parties. But I had no idea. And their very first Commodore, his wife is still. I'd like to get her on. His wife is still around.
I know. Yes, I know that. Hey, listen, I wanted to mention one more thing, because they've all, like you, they've been with us from the beginning. Now, the Argonaut is a well-read newspaper, and they have. They've been so supportive of the boating community, the holiday boat parade. They just did a really nice, wonderful story on the 50th anniversary of the Howard Hughes Marina Yacht Club. Big story with photos. So Christina is the publisher, and she's fantastic. I found out she's from Detroit, which started a whole new thing. And so I bring this up because yesterday we had our photo shoot, and there's a gentleman named Chris that shoots for the Argonaut. If you ever see Chris around town, give him an attaboy, because he's really, really great. So Christina Fuco is the executive editor of the Argonaut, and Chris does shoots a lot of the photos for the stories. He's a photojournalist.
I know who he is. I've seen him. I used to work for the Argonaut way back in the 80s, and I'm glad it's still around. As a matter of fact, let's invite the Argonaut editor to come on the show and talk about covering the marina.
That is a great idea, and I will actually text her and invite her on, and she couldn't be nicer, and geez, they've got so many, keeping that going, and they have several publications, just not the one in the marina. So
well, let's talk about the Argonaut, because the Argonaut
is a busy.
Yeah, the Argonaut covers Marina del Rey, a lot of the boating activities. I'm sure she's got some great stories about some of the things that they've covered in the past and what they're doing presently and in the future. So I'm going to leave that up to you to invite her to be a guest. Let's plug your event again next week. How do people find out?
So the Halloween boat pageant, third anniversary, third year. We're going to judge the boats, and we one-on-one, and we encourage people to on their own go travel around the marina and let everybody take a look at them. www.halloweenboatparade.com. Join the Facebook group, which is Marina del Rey Holiday Boat Pageant. Marina del Rey Holiday Boat Pageant, and October 26th at 7:30 p.m. And check out our artist that's going to have his art event in conjunction with the pageant, and his name is GusHarperArt.com. So join and follow us. Join the Facebook group and follow us on Facebook, and register your boat, everybody. www.halloweenboatparade.com. And if you feel so inclined, contribute to the kids. There's a button to click on for the Spirit of Children, and go to the Spirit Halloween store, which is on Glencoe and Maxella, and buy as many wristbands as you possibly can. I think they're $2.
That's fantastic. I met Cindy because of the boat parade, and she flew supplies after the disaster in Hawaii, the Lahaina fire. Every day she coordinated getting supplies from Burbank Airport. So I met her. I met a lot of people from you, Craig. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate you coming on the show. I want to thank you not just for coming on the show, but for doing this awesome event. So it's getting
it's my pleasure. I mean, it's like anything else. It takes way more time than you think it's going to, but it's okay. It's all good. And then, and I wanted to congratulate the people that sent all the goods to all the stuff to Maui and loaded up the jet and all that stuff. And I think Giselle was involved in that too. She was spearheading that.
She was on the front page. She was on the front page of the Malibu Times.
Right.
And of course, Cindy and Giselle, they got FedEx involved. Well, that's fantastic. So, Craig, thanks for coming on the show. So next week, Saturday, the Halloween Boat Parade is becoming a fantastic event. And that's all the time that we have for you today. Hope you enjoyed our show. I want to thank our guest for coming on, Craig, for the Halloween Boat Parade. And let's not forget our coasties, protecting our waters, America's lifesavers and guardians of the sea. The Coast Guard's got the best food in all the services. Did you know that, Craig? If you go to the Coast Guard, they feed you incredibly well. It's kind of shocking how good their culinary is, just in the galleys of the ships, but at the base. It's kind of amazing. Remember, if you do it right and follow the guidelines and safety precautions, there's no place like being out in the water in the fresh air and sunshine in beautiful, sunny Southern California. Here at the Boating Hour with Captain Rick, we cover everything that sails, motors, and floats from San Diego to Santa Barbara. Thanks for being with us today. Please be sure to join us next week and every Saturday at 4 p.m. on AM 870. Thanks to our sponsors for our show today. For a healthy gut, Livia One Probiotics. Couple emails about the announcement, doing some of the events. We're going to be doing luncheons. Raycom Radios will be there. We're going to give you a little education on all the different communication systems and why should you have commercial radios if you're in business. But we're going to give you a little education on ham radios, VHF radios, and all kinds of stuff. Don't forget to visit us on the web at theboatinghour.com, and now on social media, The Boating Hour with Captain Rick. Keep your emails coming. Happy New Year to all my Jewish friends. This is Captain Rick saying ahoy and fair winds to all.